Joined now by Kyler Staley from thehoosier.com. Make sure you go to thehoosier.com for all your Indiana sports news and recruiting information. Like 2024 five-star Asa Newell, his official visit is set. Kyler Staley, another Montverde pipeline candidate.
Another one, yeah. The Indiana staff was, I believe, they were 4 deep at Montverde this past or earlier this week. Obviously seeing Newell, and then also seeing Liam McNeely and Derek Queen. I mean, there's three guys right there in the Montverde pipeline that Indiana's going after hard.
Not only, but they're very similar. Very similar. Malik Renault was more of a inside guy, but Asa Newell at 6'9", he's that versatile wing that Mike Woodson loves. But seems to be a lot of them coming out of Montverde.
Yeah, and it's a pipeline like you've talked about before. They've got obviously the Newell visit just set up, and then you've got Queen and McNeely set for September 25th together on their official visits. They're definitely using that to their advantage. I mean, they got Jalen Hutchafino, Malik Reneau out of that. I mean, certainly they're probably going to get at least 2 or 3 more guys within these next couple years from that Montverde team.
Yeah, it's amazing that to be able to set up a pipeline like that in this day and age, with all of the options, all the different opportunities out there. So that is, if that ends up being the case, that should be something that the Indiana fans look at as what's been going on recruiting. I know that they haven't won every recruiting battle, but a lot of the times you're having to lay the groundwork, and they seem like they're slowly but surely doing that along the way, pulling in some good recruits.
Yeah, they absolutely are, especially with the younger kids, the 2024s. Well, I guess they're going to be upperclassmen now, but then the 2025s, they're laying the groundwork with there. I mean, they've got Harrelson and Sisley visit this weekend for Parents Weekend, plus the football game. Obviously, those two are visiting Hoosier Stereo as well. They actually, assistant coach Brian Walsh just went up and saw Trey McKinney. He's out of Flint, Michigan. He actually just visited Michigan. Trey McKinney went on a official visit, unofficial, I can't remember exactly. But they've got him, and then a new guy that just came about that they saw last Friday after they went and saw Harrelson is Xavier Robinson from Lawrence North. Brian Walsh was there to see him. He's probably the third best player in the 2025 class in the state. Really quick guard, can make a lot of plays on the ball. So that's a new name to watch for. No offer yet. So yeah, they're laying the groundwork with these young guys.
And the offers are still coming, like we said. I saw an offer go out recently. What's the next offer that you think might happen?
That's a tough.
That's a tough question. Yeah, I know it's a tough question because it's a guessing game, but
it's so random. I mean, obviously there could be, with them still doing the visits, the off-campus visits right now, there could be an offer that pops up today. Like, for example, they had 2 2024 offers this week that just kind of came out of nowhere. Tyler Betsy was offered. He's teammates with Dylan Harper, Ron Harper Jr.'s younger brother. So that's another guy. He's a shooter. I just wrote a scouting piece on him. 6'7", bigger wing. He's a stock riser for and on the Nike EYBL circuit. And then they also just offered 5-star Nas Cunningham. He's from New Jersey. He plays on Overtime Elite right now. So those are just 2 guys that, just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, Indiana's got definitely their guys. I mean, there's going to be a lot more random offers, especially this 2024, 2025 classes.
And Asa Newell, getting back to him, mentioned him at the top of the segment. This visit went extremely well. Go to thehoosier.com for all the for the entire story. But his dad, the one quote that I will pull from it, his dad said, "It was a lot of fun, probably the best unofficial visit we've had so far." So take from that what you will, but there's a lot more of the story there. But that gives you a great indication. Indiana is also, I think, under Mike Woodson, really refined and defined their recruiting structure, their style, how they go after the kids, what they show them. Him sitting down and watching film with them, they have really professionalized what they're doing and turned it into a sales session. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying it in a positive way. They're selling Indiana. They're selling what's Mike Woodson and selling all that goes with that.
Yeah, and like obviously, it's good to mention that Mike Woodson also has that experience in the NBA. That's why he's recruiting these top tier players. And his pitches. I was in the NBA for however many years, for a long time. I know what it takes to get there. I have those connections to get there. I think the pro day that they're having right before Hoosier Hysteria is big as far as recruiting, because recruits are going to see that, like, oh, they've got representatives from all 30 NBA teams going there for a pro day that, specifically for the Indiana basketball team. That's monstrous right there. And then they'll see, Hoosier Hysteria, the fan base, how we react, how much they love Indiana basketball and stuff. But Mike Woodson's done an excellent job. I mean, he didn't hit a lot of guys in the 23 class right now. Obviously, still Page. It's still available right now. He just released his Final Four yesterday. But Mike Woodson's done an outstanding job getting the guys that he wants.
And speaking of Page, Indiana on that Final Four.
Yes, along with Miami, Florida, Cincinnati, and USC.
USC, it's Los Angeles. Miami, it's Miami. But Miami also means your daddy big bucks, John Ruiz down there. I don't know what USC has going on, but it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. I know that they have put a lot of effort into him, and they have gone after him very, very hard. So that they have made the pitch. He knows what the NIL possibilities are. It'll be surprising if they don't get him, because they've worked real hard on that one. Probably as hard on him as they have anyone up to this date, I think.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. At this point in time, they've done everything that they possibly could do. I mean, they just visited him over the weekend. I think Alec might have more on that tomorrow, how that went. But, I mean, they've done everything they could. They've made him a priority this summer. Every time I watched Page, when it was a live period, there was a coach there. I mean, at one time, they had 4 deep plus Xavier Johnson there as well. I mean, they've done everything that they could. Like, you can't fault the effort by Mike Woodson and staff if he doesn't commit to Indiana, which, I mean, Indiana still lays at a really good spot with him. It's just kind of, what Page feels is best for him.
Forrest says when you're only going after 4 and 5 stars, you're going to have a lot of whiffs until you start winning. There's a lot of truth there. There is a lot of truth. Indiana hasn't won anything yet. I've mentioned that before. They had a good end of the season last year, but they haven't won anything yet. They made the tournament. Now this year, that's going to have to be elevated. And but some of these guys are going to make decisions before this season plays out. Like Page, his decision will be made before then. Most of the other guys, I think that they're chasing right now, won't be. So, but winning, it matters. I don't care what sport it is. It matters. It matters in football. People want to talk about the fans. Yeah, Indiana should have better fan support. I will say that. They should have better fan support. But I'm also not going to say that the stadium should be sold out, because they don't win enough. You want to sell it out, win. It's a simple process. It's been proven out time and time again. But that's the same for Indiana basketball. They get back to winning, like being what they were. Recruiting was never a problem. Part of that was because you had Bob Knight, but Bob Knight was winning. Indiana was winning. People want to go. They want to be a part of a winner. So when they start winning, these recruiting misses are almost going to shrink. They were going to shrink. They're almost going to, I don't want to say disappear, but become fewer, because Indiana then becomes much more of a destination for these national guys, which it used to be and it will be again. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, this year is monstrous when it comes to, if Indiana can win the Big Ten championship, these 2024s and 25s, they're going to see that. That's going to instantly draw to them. They're going to go to a winning program. They're going to have an NBA, coach that was there for how many ever years. And, especially if Woodson can get guys like Trace Jackson Davis and maybe an Xavier Johnson or someone like that to the NBA, that's going to open up a lot of eyes for these recruits. They're going to get a lot more visits. I mean, these recruits are going to take Indiana a lot more serious when it comes to recruiting and things like that. So it's a big year for Mike Woodson. If he can live up to the hype, if this Indiana team can live up to the hype, it's going to help him for years down the road.
He'll have Tiger blood, baby. Someone just mentioned Charlie Sheen in the chat room, so I thought I'd throw that one out. What's up next?
Right now, I mean, obviously they're kind of still off campus visiting right now. I think Brian Walsh he just returned home yesterday, but I think Mike Woodson, Kenya Hunter, and Yasir Roseman, I think those guys are kind of wrapping it up right now. I'm not for sure off the top of my head when they can stop doing the off-campus visits. Need to do a little bit of research on that, but they're still doing that. There could be a few more offers that come along the way these next couple of days, and then obviously we're just going to get updates on Page. He's projected to commit towards the end of September, so we'll see if that happens or not. But there's still a lot of
football. September ends.
Yeah.
Everyone's wondering. See, there's always an opportunity to sing, so I have to take it.